Welcome to the Misha Wilson Show, where we show you how to create massive success online so you can live the lifestyle of your wildest dreams. As always, if you get value out of this episode, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and that thumbs up button below so you're notified when I do more videos just like this. And don't forget to let me know in the comment section what your biggest takeaway is from this video. With that said, let's go ahead and dive in to today's episode.
Hey, what's going on, everyone? Misha Wilson here, coming at you from my balcony here on the beautiful island of Maui, Hawaii, for another episode of Marketing with Misha. And before we get started, I'll give you a quick little panoramic view. Here's the view from my balcony. It's hot out here, but it's a beautiful day, so figured might as well get outside, right? But with that said, I wanted to address a question here today that's a little bit kind of more generic than most of the questions that we answer, and pretty much straight to the point. So today's question is just kind of more or less, what's one of the single biggest adjustments that I've made in my own personal business that has resulted in me making more money, right? So at the end of the day, the bottom line is that business is all about making a profit, right? You have to bring value. You should bring value. It should be your goal to really kind of leave every single one of your customers better off than when they actually got started with you. But at the end of the day, if you go out of business, if you're not making a profit, you can't kind of more or less bring any value to the world. So today's kind of video here is just very simply, what's the biggest tweak that I've made in my own personal business that has resulted in more money? And without a shadow of a doubt, the first thing that came to mind is learning about, learning how to sell, learning how to offer, and learning how to effectively leverage premium value offers, high ticket offers, and profit maximizer offers. So I remember when I first got started online, my goal, I was just constantly fixated on hitting that goal of $10,000 per month, right? And that was all I wanted to do with my business, and that was all I could think about, $10,000 per month, $10,000 per month, $10,000 per month. And at the time, I was only selling products priced between, I think, $7, maybe to $97. I think $7 to $67 off of ClickBank. That's how I actually first got started. And I realized at a certain point in time, I was going to have to sell just an insane amount of products to even go ahead and hit that goal. And at the time, I didn't have an email list, I didn't have a following, I was just getting started, I was brand new. And so on top of it, I was having to go out and I was having to spend money out of pocket to drive traffic to my capture pages, to build my list, and to really kind of make sales, because I didn't have an email list, like probably many of you don't if you're watching this video right now. And that strategy, that business strategy of going out, spending money on traffic, and selling those lower ticket items pretty much immediately, instead of getting me to that $10,000 per month goal, drove me $10,000 in debt, $9,755 in debt. Got evicted from 2 different houses, one here on the beautiful island of Maui, Hawaii, one in Las Cruces, New Mexico, where I had moved to try to afford cheaper cost of living. And that strategy just never really worked out for me. And one of the biggest aha moments and one of the biggest turning points that I actually learned kind of more or less right after I got evicted out there in New Mexico, it's all kind of blurry, was kind of more or less the idea of reselling products, or excuse me, not reselling, but offering more products to your existing customer base for higher profit margins instead of just trying to sell more and more and more products to more and more and more new customers. And there was this huge epiphany that I had actually at the time, because at the time I was working nonstop. I was spending so many hours in front of my computer. I was grinding myself to the bone, but I wasn't making any progress, and I wasn't getting near my goal, in any way that was even half efficient, or kind of more or less just in general. I was actually moving away from my goal, right? And immediately upon, because I had gotten to a certain point where I could make sales and I'd figured out how to, set up a little sales funnel that brought me in a couple customers here and there, but I wasn't doing it profitably. I was losing money really quickly and it just wasn't good, right? But immediately upon learning about premium value offers, I had this huge aha moment, because I realized there was this whole segment of kind of more or less my list and my customer list that I wasn't really tapping into. I wasn't really monetizing, and I wasn't really kind of more or less maximizing when it came to the amount of money I could be making in my business. So I quickly found something that I could license to go ahead and resell their premium value offers. At the time, I didn't know how to create premium value offers myself, but I found something that I could license, a system that would allow me to resell their premium value offers. I started reselling their premium value offers. I got good at one thing, which was traffic generation with premium value offers. in my actual arsenal, in my sales funnel. And I immediately went from losing a bunch of money to hitting the six-figure mark very quickly, and then from there being able to scale to multiple six figures. From there, launching the Super Affiliate Network, bringing that business from zero to its first $347,000 month, just 4 months into actual business, hitting the $500,000 per month mark by the age of just 26. And really looking back on it, more than anything else, the biggest thing that allowed me to do that was having premium value offers in my arsenal, for the simple reason that it allowed me to have favorable economics. So I could now spend $1 in advertising and then make $1.50, $2, $3 back while building my list. And that allowed me, unlike a lot of other marketers, I took all of my money that I was making with my profits and I reinvested it back into more advertising to scale my business. So I'd, spend $1, I'd make $2, I'd take that extra $1, I'd reinvest it right back into more advertising and continue to scale. But having premium value offers is the thing that allowed me to have favorable economics and is the thing that allowed me to scale my business and really kind of firstly get my business off the ground. So there's been quite a few. There's been little tweaks that I've made to our capture pages that's immediately resulted in, let's say, a 10% conversion bump on the front end. There's been little tweaks that I've made when it comes to follow-up, emailing my list more often instead of just a few times per week. That's immediately resulted in more money from our follow-up. There's been quite a few, but really the single biggest adjustment that I've made in my own personal business when it comes to just making more money more quickly with, to be honest, not that much, extra effort, because if you know what you're doing, it's really not that hard to sell a premium value higher ticket offer. Without a shadow of a doubt, was learning about premium value offers, introducing them in my marketing, and then leveraging them within my business to create favorable economics. So I hope you got a ton of value out of today's episode of Marketing with Misha. As always, head over to MishaWilson.com. If you have your question, you should see Ask Misha on the very top little banner there. Go ahead and submit your question, and we'll, of course, get to your question in no time. Hope you got a ton of value out of today's episode, and I will talk with you all very soon. All right, guys, later.